This music definitely has the classical vibes. I forget which song it's played on, but everything was good. Time to kick it off. Yeah, I was fixing a scaling issue. Typing ability today is definitely slow. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Hey, Sir Plus Plus, what's cracking? Just reworking the looks of my robots. Except they got cleared out here. Because I remembered I had a cute little plugin. And you can just kind of create a little rust and dust on the model. Come on. No? It just wants to be a pain. Let's try one more time. Because I already actually exported all the unnecessary stuff out already. It's just being difficult. I'm not sure why. Let's try this. Yeah, it's more or less what I have in mind. Yeah, I already have the parts. So that kind of already happens. Little rusty boys. And the new major boss. Whose currently doesn't shoot right now because I'm testing him. Oh. Let's see what's cracking. I run out of space. Oh yeah. I was wondering when that's gonna happen. Because physics has issues of convex meshes to get too big. I mean, for now I can bring it to bigger and I hope it works. We'll see. Let's rip. Let it rip. At some point I might want to do some extra learnings for Blender, specifically for hard surface modeling. Let me see. Are there any other issues? Non-ray tracing, ray tracing, okay. Boink. Okay, I'm happy with that. Hey, ponytail got stuck behind an elbow. I could apply the same thing now to a little dude as well. Give him a little bit of rust. Just a little bit of rust. Walls, I don't know if I want to rust up the walls. That has a different problem. Ooh, I like that. That's not the part that's supposed to pop, dude. I don't like that. What happened there? Let's check the config. Oh yeah, there you go. This was a mishap. One day I'll spend more effort to make that easier to configure for myself. This is good enough for now. I think proper sounds would be really good. But I know if working on sounds is a good thing to do in a stream. It sounds like a bit annoying. Just listening to like 1,000 different sounds effects. And replaying them 1,000 times over and over. Alright, let's enable their attacks. Enable all attacks, let's go. My collision, so I'm using PhysX library for physical collisions, whatnot. So whatever PhysX does, I'm sure they use a bunch of different spatial algos. Who knows? The way I see it, PhysX is good enough for what I need, so I don't particularly want to implement that stuff from scratch. Oh, that's not supposed to pop either. Okay, I think I know how to fix that. Yes. Bring this boy back in. Space needs to be gone. Export, cook it up, build. I couldn't get MSSA working. So here's the good news. I don't use MSA. I used to use the multi-sampling anti-aliasing, but I found it to be too slow, especially integrated GPUs, because it requires like all these multiple copies of the same image frame, just up to 8 times. It's like insane amount of extra memory and stuff. It just runs too slow on GPU. So then I found a sample of how to do anti-aliasing using like a shader pass. What's me? Can I just flick it off and see what happens? No, it doesn't fully work. Right now it has to be on no matter what. But yeah, let me see. I might still have. I'm gonna find a shader somewhere. Yeah. I snagged a fast approximate anti-aliasing shader, which kind of finds the edges and smooths just the edges. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the fast approximate thing Let me give you the link. It's purely a full screen shader pass, so you don't need to do any kind of special logic. It's just really just a fragment pixel shader, just fragment shader really, and it does a bunch of extra magic and lookups. And I'm finding it to be pretty fast enough and have good results. Let me actually show. I'm curious. Let's load up the boss too. Alright, let's zoom in a bit. So right now FXA is costing me 0.1 millisecond a frame, and this is just about 4K resolution as well. So I don't have a good way to toggle it programmatically, so let's do it in the code. Let's go render. We're gonna build a frame. See, I'm in ray tracing, good. So ray tracing, bloom pass. That's not ray tracing stuff. What if I just toggle this off? Will it freak out, or will it still work? No. No, it doesn't. I wonder why it doesn't. Because this one already writes. Oh, I need to do this here as well? Why doesn't this work then? You know what? Instead of suffering that way, I got a different idea. NVIDIA graphics and site. Sort list like linked list in CVP. So right now my code base is maybe 70,000 lines of code, and the only thing I have is arrays, just straight up linear arrays. I don't believe in anything else. I think everything else is we're just gaslighting you to make you think like all those little special structures are good, but in reality, at the actual proper scale, none of it is. Now maybe some of my third-party libraries I use do that. I don't particularly find the reason to. All right, here we go. So now that I've captured the whole frame, you can actually see the progress. So this is, let me see. Let's see, is this? Oh, there you go. You can see it's all pixelated. When does it become? What does FXA pass? No, it has to be before this. Oh, there you go. So this is pre-aliasing. And you can see a lot of really hard edges everywhere. Right? And you can tell like everything is really sharp on the edges. Really sharp, which has its own appreciation too. Not necessarily bad, it could potentially turn off. And some is going to be a FXA pass, boom, smooths it out. So this is your before into after full screen pass. Just like that. And now all the hard edges moved out. So I used to mess around the whole MSA stuff, and I got it working, but it was like, yeah, this seems to be just as good, and it runs faster on some GPUs as well. But your linked list, definitely no. Nah. No, I'm good. I'm good. The thing is, some of the structures like binary trees you can actually represent inside of an array. So if it's a binary tree split, you can actually just shove it in a single array and not worry about that. So in that case, it's fine. Like I do some derivative containers on top of the straight up arrays, like I have circular buffers and circular rings. In that case, it just kind of loops over the linear array from top to end. Use it sometimes, occasionally, but pretty much rarely need that. In the past, I've definitely implemented my own quark trees, for sure. That's been there. Oh, I'm getting some Spanish music, all right. Need to fix up one little thing. Make sure destruction matches up. Yep, numbers are good. Numbers are good. Right, now I should lose just the right pieces and nothing else. Right, Mr. Big Boy? Oh, I don't need to work on. I need to work on creating a custom navigation mesh just for the big boy. Oh, I don't need those lines. That is actually one thing that is useful. I try to avoid recursions really hard. Because when you put it on the scale of a game, you can easily blow out your stack, and I have done that actually a few times. So yeah, that is one good thing. We can just put it on the stack, and that's pretty easy. Yeah. The other thing that can easily get you into exploiting a stack is if you have some kind of notification listener system, and you can easily get into a problem where one event kicks off a different event and just goes like into forever, either too deep or just goes in a loop. Okay. So the rest of you boys are good. They're good. I don't feel like working the little guy just yet. How about this? Can I do fog? Sure. I can do whatever hell I want. Because I build it from scratch. See, the biggest benefit of having your own stuff is that you know what's going on. So you can modify it to add whatever you need. For example, just today I've added support for blended metallic and roughness shape. So here's a texture I have, and so this is actually combined. This is combined metallic and roughness of an object. And so if you actually poke at the pixel, you will see it's only using red and green value. And I believe red is roughness, green is metallic. It's going to combine it once. And just because that's the way Blender exports GLTF textures out into. So that's what I adopted to. And just like a few lines of code modification changes in the shaders. Like this is all it was. Just like, is this thing set? And then just sample it. Read the green, shove green into metallic, shove red into roughness, and off you go. Yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. And fog will be pretty easy to implement too. Just a matter of like ray tracing. Fog is so easy because ray tracing, you already know the distance that you travel to hit the pixel. So computing fog is just already built in. It comes pretty much for free. For the third non-ray tracing pipeline, you just have to sample in your depth of shadow to see how far away a pixel is. Based on that, you can do your linear exponential fog and whatever else you want. But the thing is, fog is not that useful for my game. That's probably the reason I went with my own, because my camera is fixed and the distance is pretty much going to be the same no matter where you go. So like they might have fog like on the edges looking down if I add like a content looks past it. Yep, take care, man. Gotta get them foods. Alright, so now I can work on see the progress and work on no mesh. To go to the main branch. You know what? I need a new screenshot. Where's my screenshot key? I've forgotten all about it. F8, yeah, it is F8. There you go. Okay. Oh, I need to hide the controls. What? Uh-huh. I found it. I saw this earlier. Who's causing problems? Direction is off. Direction is nan. Wow. Ain't that a thing? This is a nan. How dare to be a nan? I don't know. We'll see when this happens. I need to hide this too. I don't like those ponytails. Okay. I'm okay with that. So right now I assume there's only one mesh. So I need to customize that. I already do that internally. I'll just double it up. I'll do this. Hey, Shrek guys. One advice of C++, don't worry about learning like a very high level stuff. I mean, it might be necessary for work, but you don't actually need anything like fancy. Like my C++ is super simple. I don't even use virtual methods. Like I use kind of class as just kind of like a general collection, but outside of that, I'm not doing anything fancy. The mesh type, common, boss. Okay, we have that. We got this. Don't want this. Hey, Artbear. Yeah. Took a few days off from streaming, but I was still coding a bunch. Let me see. This is a good time to do a check. No, it's not winning. Oh, it's still here? Okay. Alright, here we go, let's go. I'm pretty sure I've gone over 70k lines of code already. Pretty sure. No! I've been deleting too much code. So I haven't gone over too much. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely impressing even myself with the progress on the game, for sure. So right now I'm working on the a custom nav mesh just for the big robots, because they're too big. So they're just hitting the walls and not supposed to. So I need to fix that up. Let's see, based on type. Now, actually, last 2 days I wasted a bunch of time when I was I was trying out this fancy high-level C++ feature and ended up being a complete waste of freaking time, bro. I'm still mad about it. I tried using C++ 20 modules, which are supposed to help you speed up your build times. There's a bunch of lies. I converted maybe 20% of my project to C++ modules, which is, let me find them. It's exactly what I'm searching for. Disappointing, absolute trash of a time. Oh my god. Let's see, is this a good introduction? Kinda. This is a bit too complex. Yeah, certainly my only advice right now is to keep away from C++ modules. They're just a giant... It's a pile. So they do work. They're working fine. The problem is they doubled my build time. Like, they're just exceedingly slow. Yeah, C++, yeah, I'm not gonna do any object-oriented stuff. I've seen that approach fail so much while working in other companies, so no, I'm good. Yeah, I don't know why. Also, I was getting a lot of internal compile errors when I was working. I don't want this guy to shoot my face, because he's way too powerful. Let's turn off his damage again. Disable attacks. Like, see right now this boy just like walks right through that pole, which I do not approve at all. You know, this is actually the first time I introduced texture into my game. Previously, all I had just like flat colors. This is the first time I actually have like a texture. Could maybe implement normals, but don't yet. The meshes I made myself, just in Blender, just out of the basic shape. I've taught myself some basic Blender before. And there's a bunch of plugins you can do that can do like little fancy Rust. Except I'm going for like super low quality. You can do like super big ones. Yeah, this is a big boss. You need to give him a better name instead of being a tutorial bot. Why is it a tutorial bot? Let's see, robot. Oh yeah. Well, duh. Call him Rusty Boss. There you go. Yeah. Except the problem is he's following nav mesh that's in red color and just too tight up against the pole, so I need a separate one just for him. For C++, the reason I don't use object-oriented approach is just it's too slow, especially in debug builds, but even outside of that. It also introduces a lot of extra layers for no reason and just obfuscates a lot of problems. Like everything is a setter and a getter and different facades and layers of interaction, factories, all those patterns, designs. All that just kills your own brain. It's too much to track. All right. Yeah, out of all systems I've read, the one I liked the most, that was more promising, was some kind of entity component system. Because I worked before on a game engine called Open3D Engine. I was actually getting paid by Amazon to work on this game engine. And just based on what I saw in the performance, I just didn't like it. It just wasn't gonna cut it. And ECS stands for Entity Component System. So one I use is something called Flex. This is your entity component system. And instead of working with classes or whatnot, what you do instead is the following. You would define an entity of different components, and then you would do a specific code path to execute only on entities that have these components. So in this case, a direct connection between the two components. There was no objects. You just write the code. That's it. All my game logic is right now is like that, pretty much. Almost. A lot of the times. A lot of the times. And so this is all my components currently, some 3K lines of code, different things, just a bunch of structs. Yeah. So for example, here's the navigation mesh, and here I'm calling, if an entity has these two components, and one of them changed, then you can do a bunch of things and so on. So I actually use entity component system for UI as well. Yeah, so for example, I can actually see it here. If you go to, boom, boom, boom. Here's my UI inspector. So for example, let's say, for example, I have this FPS counter. This is FPS counter usually at the top. But the components that it has a position somewhere gets placed, it has text, what gets written there, you can change like the font and the color, so on. These are the separate components. You can also hide it. It's like a, except here something else is forcing it to, it's just not gonna. And so everything like that is built out here, including my more complicated controls, such as zooming. Okay, so what I think I need is, for every robot, it's so bright. Oh god, I need a different background for the editor. Yeah, let's take a look. So here's, for example, here's the entity I have for robots. This is the boss, and here are all the components that it has. Take care, Shrek. Do I treat structs as functions? No, structs just contain the data. So I separate data from logic. So all the components I have, they don't actually have functions. It's just purely the data, just hardcore data, nothing else. And then actual logic handles outside. Like for example, the system means every game tick you would execute the separation for these set of components if you have them. Grab joys for Rust robots, that's fine. That's fine. I think my biggest hit so far for algorithm was to make a couple of videos on trying out jolt physics. So a bunch of Jolt enjoyers ended up searching for that video, but sadly I had to give up on Jolt physics. They were just too slow. Which, by the way, Jolt physics uses object-oriented approach pretty hard, at least on the external interfaces. Like instead of saying .ax to get the x coordinate, you have to say .getAx as a function call. Oh my god. I think I spent maybe 3 days converting some of my physics to that logic and ended up throwing it all away. Okay, so now mesh. So crowd agent is this dude. So the interesting thing with Plus is that once you have this component, you can actually easily find where it's being used. Like for example, I can just do like uses. And that immediately tells me like, hey, this is being used in this particular subsystems. And most of the time, it's not that difficult to forget. I mean, there may be some details, but it's more like if you just group data at least more or less logically, it's being good. Compared to the, I remember programming games like an Unreal, have an actor, and like everything was a mush. This has been a lot easier mentally to process. Specifically because anytime you process logic, you just declare ahead of time, like, what is my context? My context is that I need these 4 components. And then if I have them, then do the following. So just like less thinking involved, really. Oh yeah. The problem is, aside from being different node meshes, it means they'll have different crowds as well. Yeah. So I think crowd agent needs an update. Let's see. Crowd agent. No. Yeah, this one. So what I need to do here is provide a toggle maybe. Yeah, Jimmy, some robot navigation today. When it comes to anti-component systems, this, from what I've read, there's basically 2 systems to work with. One is just an array of components. So you have one big pool of positions, one big pool of each type of component. And then each entity kind of tells you which components it has. That one is something called archetype. ECS, which is what which is Flex says, which is what I have. Let's see, archetype, ECS. So this is a pretty good example of what he was talking about in terms of data. And generally that's a lot of good stuff in there. Yeah, main reason for archetype is because it makes sense for my game logic, because most of the time it's components talking to the same component in the same entity. So why would I have them be like in faraway places in memory in different like, giant buffers? Just have them bunched up in one place. And that's been flying, absolutely flying. Like even right now, I'm getting only 2 frames a second to spend per frame. Let's see, Flex debugger. Yeah, and so right now I'm only spending a millisecond and a half to run through all the entity component logic. And a quarter of that is spent on animation internally. Okay. I think the easiest thing right now would be just to mark the problem does have a radius here. It's not particularly used all that much. Maybe for now what I will do is do a toggle here. Use big agent no mesh. No mesh types. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Let's do reflection for this. Big agent. A little bit of I'm GUI work. Yeah, so for this project, I started immediately from Flax. It was like the first thing I integrated over alongside of Vulkan. So this project have been straight up from the beginning just ECS of nothing else going on. Okay. Where did I put it? Put it to this one. Big agent, false. Bro. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Now I've actually written my own anti-component system as well. But so far it's about twice as slow as Flax. So it has faster in some scenarios, but it's not faster in most of them yet. So for now I'm using Flax, but in the future I might convert to my own. That's memory allocation free, completely free. Specifically because spawning a new level, it's actually giving me a frame rate spike. So here's my frame graph, my frame times in milliseconds. So it's nice, smooth and steady with no problems, including if you shoot something in the face, there's no spike, it's all good and smooth. However, the moment you go to the edge, boom, you get a spike. I'm gonna store everything in arrays, I mean vectors too. So I don't use STL, I don't use standard template library. I have my own array class, which is just you have to specify a maximum size immediately for everything, because I don't use dynamic allocated arrays at all. And the array really is just it's really just a C array, just a little bit of wrappings around it for my custom use or whatnot. And I use this array pretty much everywhere. I think I built out a few custom containers on top of that, like circular arrays and rings, like here. The thing is, most of my arrays, I don't need them to be big at all. Almost all my memory is spent into entity components, so that's in Flex right now. But if necessary, I make them as big as necessary to be, sure. Like I think my biggest array is probably matrices. Like you have arrays of all the matrices for the bones for animation. But even so, right now I'm only allocating 400 megabytes to get started, so it's not that much. Plus maybe 30 megs at runtime for Flex, probably. 40 megs, 42 megs, okay, whatever. Kind of depends what Flex does. Yeah, otherwise I should just, because the thing is, you don't have infinite memory, so whatever you store, you have to decide what is your upper limit. Like, do you really want to create 1,000 million different robot parts playing around? No, it's going to crash the frame rate. So you have to think ahead of time, like how many of them do I want to support, and then limit it hard if it goes past that. Yeah, Flex does its own internal stuff as well, which why it's nice. All right. I wanted to see if we got crowd agent. We got big agent. So that's here. Okay. So now we have a big agent. Crowd agent, right? Let me see. No. Oh, this is only used for player movement. The robots actually go into special crowd system that recast navigation does. So what I actually really need to do there is just yeah, get agent stuff. Yeah. Crowd agent. It's just so nice because you can see just this logic, you know exactly what kind of stuff it touches. So you immediately know the scope of all the little functions you get. I don't need any constants here. Let's see. So somewhere here, get a new agent, right? Somewhere. Where is it? Let's see. Observers is something called inflex, meaning observing for a change in an entity or component. So sometimes you might want to write a callback for what to do when a particular component changes. Let me see this. Yeah, found it. Come on, let's call this. For example, here you have an observer. Anytime there's a change in the crowd agent component, then this particular block will be called. I can even tell it to ignore the second term. Ignore position. So this will now only be called when crowd agent changes. Yeah, I have a special font that changes that look. So yeah, so you get this pretty fancy characters. Check it out. Boom. Oh yeah. I don't know which ones else it supports. Can also do this. Oh yeah. I forget what it's called. What's it called? I started years ago. Maybe, yeah, called Retina. Code Retina. Let's see, Code Retina. Yeah, I think it was this one. I'm pretty sure this was the thing. Yeah. Firacode. The only thing that's unfortunate is I think this one doesn't work from his Visual Studio bug. I wish that worked as well, but whatever. Anyway, so here's where I'm adding an agent. So this is wanting to decide right in here to which crowd it goes to. I can do it right here. I sure can. Let's see, agent, big boss non-mesh. Oh yes. Should be good. Actually might be all I need to do. With Visual Studio being down, Work till now is getting a ton of updates all the time. The thing is, compared to all the other editors, the only one I might consider is one of the sharper IDEs. But even they are too slow compared to Visual Studio. So in terms of performance, ease of use, so far nothing else beats it. Maybe for web dev work you could do something else, but for C++, just nothing as easy as Visual Studio. And that's yeah. What support are you guys talking about? Support for Visual Studio? Thinking about like older versions or something. Oh, Mac. Yeah, Mac. Yeah. Like I do use Visual Studio for I usually code a lot, but for different work. Mainly for like working or typing in shaders or working with CMake primarily. Because then it's easy to jump between the files using folder structure. Now, I think I recall the way to do the same thing in the in Visual Studio as well, because you can open, instead of open a solution, you can open like a project. Let me see. Oh, folder view. Yeah, you can just switch into this thing. I don't really want to work all that stuff though. Seems like too much of a pain. No, whatever. I've tried it before, and it was okay for some stuff, but this is easy enough. I know some hardcore people use like Emacs and all that. I could never. Hell no. Hell no. Come on, load up my stats. Like for example, like whatever tools provide you like memory layout for your objects. Here's a memory layout for that. Here's that big object for NoMesh. Must be some array of some buffer in there. Selfish because the I'm informally calling my Future Studio as Selfish Games, and right now the code name for the project is Selfish Heroes as well. And that's because philosophically I like philosophy of objectivism by Ayn Rand. And that philosophy views selfishness as a virtue. So that's why I have selfish. What's up, Mr. Sus? Yeah. Alright. So now just what I need to do is I have the second one, so I just need to do the same thing I do here with this one. Right, yeah. This is a switch, that's the big switch. Otherwise, we need to do the ticking. Do I do it anywhere else? I do. I wonder how to handle this well. Because I always assume it's just that one, but I really just need to iterate through a number of these. Because I might have a bunch of different navigation crowds. I think the easiest thing to do would be just to rename it so badly that all this code breaks entirely. You can't pay task for Xbox 360, nice. That's what I use. I have a 360 controller for my game. Now, right now this is gonna crash, I'm pretty sure. Or rather, it's not. It's probably gonna crash, right? Oh, it's not gonna do anything because it doesn't know where to go. It doesn't have a nav mesh anymore, but at least it's a positive negative test. Well, this guy still uses the old nav mesh, and this guy needs a new nav mesh. I want to do this. Maybe just keep it as like an array over 2. Okay. So this can be 0 and a 1. Sure. So you can stop complaining at me. Oh yeah, of course I want cement. By default, return the first one. We're complaining still. Did I give you a small one? Just update already. Whatever. Zero's common one. Types based on. Okay. Now that everything is broken, red lines everywhere. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it a different way. Right. Sure. Okay. If you work in the testing Xbox 360 thing and the start button doesn't work, I wish I had my game running actually still. Maybe I can. It's manual launch the game. Let's see. Because what I have is I have specific visual data to help me see the actual input of controllers out separate from the game logic. So in this case, I know, for example, here's my controller. So now it's X input means it's an Xbox. If I have PS4, you could switch it into that one. So you can see which buttons are pressed and so on. And so the start. Yeah, so you can see check mark for start going up and down. So I'll just isolate down to your lowest API and see what you see down there. But no, it should work just fine. So I think what I need to do is put this in a loop. So the way I did my Xbox reading stuff, so I didn't go very low API in that. I just used the GLFW gamepad API. Yeah, I just used that. No, wait. It's actual. Where's docs? I just want to do the input. Yeah, somewhere here is gamepad. No? I guess this one doesn't show as much. But yeah, somewhere here is doc. Now I'm reading everything. Yeah, just a bunch of joystick reads. And with a gamepad state get. And then you can see if a button is true or false. So I just check that manually by myself every frame. I don't do any kind of callbacks so far. I just check that once every frame. Okay, so back to fixing that mesh. So probably good enough. Okay, ticking time. Sure. Oh, XNA. I didn't know XNA was still live, but yeah, whatever he uses. Triple pulse. I think my links by default are disabled, but yeah. If you want, you can post it in the Discord. I'll see it then. Discord link is pretty easy. If you want to go for that. Okay, no mesh. Now this is concerning. I'll need like 2 sets of these actually. Maybe for now I'll do big agents. Why save it into the big one? Let me see what you got. Vulkan 3D engine. Is this the MSA? Seems fine enough to me. I don't see any particular. That's about what you expect from anti-aliasing in general. Just FYI, all this by default IMGUI font look is pretty terrible, so you're not gonna get anything good out of that. Like in my case, I actually specify my own custom IMGUI font. I've never really worked with XNA, Mr. Seuss, Miss Seuss, so I would just do reading docs much the same way. Oh, it only takes like half? Interesting. In this case, when you're talking about Vulkan, what I would do is I would enable Vulkan configuration layers, which is this tab, and then you can toggle up just about everything, and then you're likely misusing Vulkan in some particular way, or with some obvious configuration. I don't know. Oh, I would just advise not to use multi-sampled anti-aliasing at all. Just roll with FXA shader. Let's see what you got. Let me see. It's gonna be a bunch of C# stuff. Oh yeah, this smells like C#. Yup. Yeah, I haven't touched C# in years and years. I don't know. I've had MSA before, and I found fast approximate shader to look better. It's slightly maybe slower on some GPUs and faster on others, but it just looks better compared to MSA. I would do study from SA versus fast approximate. There you go. In your face. According to NVIDIA, it's better. Yeah, it requires more memory. Yep. That's exactly right. I'll put that in Discord as a resource. Take it. Oh, that's too much crap in there. Oh, whatever. So far, I haven't found it to be much of a problem, even for integrated GPUs. But the thing is, more memory use on MSA actually was a problem for me. For integrated GPUs, it was significantly slower. Yeah. I don't know much about all this C# stuff. Input manager. Everything is a manager. So this is why I no longer use the object-oriented approach stuff. Because everything is a bunch of getters, setters. It's like, bro, I remember this. It's just painful. Like, why don't you need a bunch of lines that don't do anything? And you kind of forced into it because you use X and A. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, let's set private get and so on. It's like, bro, no. What is this? Updated. I guess this is like a separate loop as well. Time to do a bunch of boring refactoring. Okay, debug draw. Ooh, debug draw. I might need like different... I'll need a toggle switch which one to draw debug on for. So I can see a difference between two nav meshes. Let's see. My general approach is a minimum effort first to get it working, and then we'll see if we need more or not. Debug draw. Boss nav mesh. Okay. Okay, easy enough. On to the next. What is this? This is updating agent properties. Oh, adding it. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's just on removal. Sure. You know, I'm pretty sure our ref becomes a const by default. Const. Here you go. Actually, no, it doesn't. Come on. What is this? For particular each agent. That seems good. This seems like an easy refactoring. Don't see no problem here. What does this do compared to this? This is stunned with stun effect sacks. Oh yeah. Like when you have a stun effect, then it pauses the movement for a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Easy enough. Is this for navigation? Yeah. What I'm seeing, everything's gonna be nav. There's only one problem with this approach. This needs to specify the type. Whatever. I'm guessing these will need as well. Sure, a little helpers. You know, but for even like XNA, I bet you can get yourself GFLW bindings for C# and call those out. That's another solution. Just switch the tag that you're using. Or keep poking at XNA. But generally, if you have problem solutions, the answer is to go lower. Is to interact with a lower level API. Because then there's less nonsense in your way between you and the hardware. I think it might be just done with refactoring already. Ooh. Wait, you grabbed the lag that time, but not other times? Okay. Whoops. This one needs help. Alright, let's see what else breaks. No, don't worry, Miss Sus. That's part of the engineering thing. It's always going to be struggling. Whatever library you're using. Big or small is always going to be giving you headaches. Oh, yeah, I need to close this down. Okay. Oh, yeah, the turrets. Turrets use some basic NAND mesh as well. Okay. What else? This is player. This is player, so this is fine. Right, yeah. That should be good enough. Now robots. So this will depend on the robot. Do you have robot component in here? Because robot knows if it's boss or not. And it's not in here. Still have to add it. Oh, not boss, just robot. Right. This way. If it's boss. Otherwise just common. It's so nice. There's no big like objects in my way, so I can just call things directly. Such a pleasure. Something here, right? Oh, this is update. What am I doing here? Oh, this is spawning a robot. Okay. So I need to know if it's a boss or not. I know that here. Just need to know it earlier. I need to know this like here I could know it. Such a nonsense. Okay, anything else? Spawn points. This is for the player. So that's fine. Okay. This might work on the first try. Almost. It did not. I was not happy at all. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot to actually initialize this thing. Let's see. Let's do it in a register. Sure. Don't have a particularly good way to initialize. And this big boys are big. I guess 3 mags, not the biggest. Why are they so big? Oh, the big thing is by debug drill buffer. That's why it's so big. Everything else is tiny. Where's this guy right here? That's only 10k. What else is big? This one, geometry data is big. Yeah, that's exactly right. Translation sample is set to 1 bit because I don't need to worry about that crap. And it also minimizes number of images you create. It's a lot less painful, a lot less setup as well. Honestly, I was really happy to switch to FXA. Just because there's like less welcome code to write. All that stuff. Because they have to like produce like up to 8s or whatever, and then you have to do resolution passes. Configuration, how to get result and so on. And then I had to multiply it the same way for any other buffers I was using the same pass. Like I was using, at the time I had a screen space ambient occlusion. And so I had to multi-sample all those as well. The same thing for depth buffer, just bro, like why? Why so much struggle? And that adds up at 4K resolution, which I run on. No. Hell no. Oh, did I blow my stack? Yep. Blew my stack. Okay. The problem is Hey Anshi, what's up? Actually, you can even see it in my gbuffer pass. This is what sets up everything. Let's see, attachments. Yeah, oh no, frame buffer. I need the frame buffer. Oh, I used to have so much frame buffer in here. You know, those sample zone stuff. See, 1 bit. Yeah. Difference 1 bit. Because this used to be 8-bit. Before I used to do 8x MSA. But now just 1. Oh, nice. Yeah, Ravelib is pretty sweet. And because of Prelib, you have like access to like, what's like 60 or 70 bindings to different languages. So you can freely choose whichever way you do it. Can I call a constructor on this guy? Probably not. You know what? I'm gonna do some fancy magic. Let's do in place initialization. New. Let's see if I remember it still. Address. I think this should do it. Let's try it. Take care, Mrs. Fractuated to Discord, yeah. I was trying to find the source for my FXA. I couldn't find it exactly where I got it. I don't remember. But yeah, let's see. FXA. Where did I find it? Oh, it's just today's link. Because all the shit is here is all this pain to use. It's also not exactly what I have. Oh, this is a different. Oh, this is another one I was looking, which is more for logical approach. Let me see. I'm curious to find the source of this. What if I just search for it? Yeah, because I feel like I found it like some random FXA implementation somewhere. Because you can find a bunch of them on GitHub. I'm curious which one is mine. Oh, is this something I clicked on before? Because this one likes to have 1,000 switches. Yeah, I've seen this one, but even this one is not mine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember where I got it. So good luck with that. Let me go to one of the threads then, maybe, that has it. Maybe not. Alright, I'll just make a thread here. Let's see, can I just contain folder? Douche. Well, that should work. There you go. It's very like standalone. Like I don't need. I think I'll personally modify like if your input outputs up on top, and outside of that, I didn't mess with that at all. It seems, yeah. Luma things. Luma. Yeah. I wonder where I got it. How about I just do this? Let's ask ChatGPT. Maybe it'll find me. Find the source of this shader. Yeah, that's what I remember. Was this it? Now, why is this one so much more complex? I remember reading this. Yeah, the whole comparison. Definitely remember reading this. Yeah. By the way, FYI, I think in my case this happens after converting linear to sRGB. Let me see. Yeah, so I do FXA pass on RGB values, not on linear. Maybe it'd be better to do on linear. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll put up some links here. Huh. I'm assuming it's this one, but why is this one so complex? Guess some of those are console specific or whatever. Graphics can be an easier rabbit hole. Oh yeah, time to see if this works. If you've never seen this, is an in-place new. Let's see here. See a bunch of garbage. Well, whatever. Ooh. Don't tell me you work just like that. I don't believe you. Let's... Okay, so right now it's drawing the small mesh. I need to update that boy. The mesh. Okay. Bring it in here. Oh, it's not actually changing yet. Oh, do I use it anywhere? I do use it here. This is true. So you should grab the one. The only one. Oh, it does grab the right one, but I haven't configured the radius for that big boy. So I'll need another separate agent radius for those guys. Okay, okay. Okay. Well, I do need... I'll get to here. Kinda need to know which one it is. So before we get to here... Right here. Darn, I might have 2 threads going at once now. This will be more a challenge. Just make an array. Problem solved. Oh wait, no, this is for a single one. No, this is fine. This is fine. Right here. Let me say build. Copy for the build, yes. However, Just so you know, that Frac shader is a full screen shader. It doesn't work with objects. In my case, I draw a quad covering the whole screen, and he provided the UVs to point to the color, put the points. So it's not a per object shader, it's a whole screen shader. For example, for reference, I can attach the pixel shader for it. Let's see, full screen. Yeah, here's a pixel shader for it. Yeah, that's where you get it from. That's all it is. Okay. All right, let's let it rip. Let's see if I get any odd thread issues. That'll be interesting. Yeah, it should be interesting. Ooh, full-on crash. Oh, just reflection somewhere. Oh, this needs a helper. Wow. Oh wait, no, it's not this. Go. There you go, reflection. Be happy with this. Okay, time to see what I see. Navmesh. Show me the big boys in Navmesh. Okay, it is a bit bigger. But it needs to be even bigger than that. I'll double it up. See, save and update. That's a bit more like it. It's a weird bug where it doesn't draw sometimes past certain points. Really weird. Oh, so what are you doing there, dude? This guy has no issues. That's fine. What happens out in the wild? I'm not liking that. Oh yeah, big robots trying to have disable attacks, which is fine. Fine. GLTF to upload a scene. I treat GLTF as a separate mesh objects. So I can have a collection of them together, but I'll load them up separately. It's basically my FBX mesh, direct mesh format and animation format. I don't use it as a scene form. I don't have a scene as such. Everything is procedural generated, so I make it out of my own little prefabs and structures. I don't plan to spend on time building out like custom levels, except for like super simple stuff. Because it's just like a straight up JSON. You want to see my map file? Alright, this is gonna be funny. Here's my current level data. I like this. This is my level. This is what defines the beginning tutorial beginning level. Because I have a map editor right here. And I can like toggle off and like turn off certain modes, certain nodes. And that gets saved as a little JSON thing into this little file. That's it. That's my scene. Sometimes the nodes have rotation to them, like 4 cardinal directions, north, east, south, whatever. That's about it. So, why is thing not going anywhere? Is what I want to know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff since I don't have like any kind of scene object as such at all. Everything for me is just a bunch of entities, different components. And I don't even. So I wrote my own GLTF parser as well because GLTF is just a JSON, right? So GLTF, it's just a bunch of JSON. So it is GLTF is. So I just figured I'm just gonna parse it myself manually, and I don't use any library to do it because it's pretty simple, straightforward. So I don't even do any of that stuff. Oh, now he's going. Was he stuck? Was the big dude stuck? Radius. I want to make it really big. Then update. Yeah, this is more like it. I like that. Let's see, does it save? Not really. Why doesn't it apply that? Let's make the default. Yeah, very much scared doing anything like too heavy and computationally at every frame. Especially because I'm going for 144 frames a second. So all I have is 6.9 milliseconds to work with. If I take longer than that to create a frame, I'm gonna lose drop frames. It's not gonna be good times. This is way too tiny. Why is this so tiny? Oh, I need to see what happens. What is happening? Let's go here. Here. On load. 10, 10, 3. Huh. Isn't that odd? It's not being set correctly. Boss radius, boss radius. Like, what happens first? Because boss radius here is 10, so why? Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell was I doing here? Hello. Wait, where did I get this? I want to do that there. It's not a way to do it. No. That's the wrong way to do it. So guess that's fine. Like, really? Really? Oh, this happens before the queue. So this never got updated. I see. I see. I see. I see. Do I have... I do have this. So I can certainly do it here. That should be good. Load them up. Really? Ancient boss radius. This value's gone. Fine. Why is it so... It's like the update to that guy somehow gets delayed. So weird. So weird. Because now I bet it will be still bad. Here's correct. Maybe just need to do memory copy. Screw it. Screw it. Okay. Is there more than one nav mesh somewhere? Really? There's more than one nav mesh. Where does the other one live? Huh. Ain't that something? I didn't know that. Okay, first call. This is good. There was a second nav mesh somewhere. Really? Let's take a look. One nav mesh. Then there is another nav mesh. Where are you coming from? What the hell? And this one just... Okay. I shouldn't have done that. I need debug folder. Who the hell are you? I don't know. That's an excellent question. Had a hidden nev mesh somewhere, but it's gone now. Okay. 3 seconds to compute that. What the hell was that? Wow. That's wild. In fact, it took so long, it wasn't ready for the big guy to spawn anywhere. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah. The thing is, Vulkan, like the first step is just to get through the basic elements involved. And then you can begin to, because at first my render included all my passes in there as well. And then as the time went on, they kind of cut off little big parts out. Am I just running out of little lines to draw? Is that why it doesn't draw everything? So weird. It must be just running out of debug draw lines buffer. Let me see. I can't draw so many tiny lines everywhere, just wasting so many points. So annoying. Let's see, debug draw. Let's just make the buffer bigger. 200,000 lines, vertices. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if that helps. Not really. No, I think it's something else that weirdly cuts it off like that. Really odd. I've seen this before. Not sure exactly what the problem is. But also, why is it taking so long to create that guy? So odd. Yeah, I think it's taking so long to build that now mesh that this little robot doesn't have anywhere to spawn. He just kind of stuck. Just kind of gets stuck. My goodness. They're just that slow, huh? No, something's going wrong. This game blocked on something for way too long. Way too long. Let's see, I don't have any locks in here. Now, one thing I can avoid, I don't need to walk everything each time. I can just do this walk once. And then I can just copy the data between each. So that's the first part. Okay. How to integrate Flux and physics engine to work together? It's very straightforward. There's not a whole lot to it. Physics is not, I mean, Flux is not anything special in that regard. I just have, for example, I have PX Rigid Dynamic is the physics class. And so I'm just gonna create the object as necessary. Let's see which creation. Oh, like that. So anytime this component gets changed or it gets new entity gets added, I just create a new physical body using PhysX and just write it back as a pointer to that object into the component. And that's it. And from that on, like every time you tick, you get the position from PhysX and you apply it or vice versa as necessary. No particular magic involved. You just do the bare minimum you need to get it done, that's it. And that is it. Okay, so look this once. So let's copy into pending data from okay. Delete this. What would be so big, so time consuming? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, so at least now I'm only walking all the entities to get their physical triangles only once, okay? But still, why does it take so long? It's an amazing amount of time that it's taking. Yeah. Just as an example. Just shelve everything. Stash it all. So going back before my change. My best guess is it's just sitting waiting on something. Because usually right now it updates like in 30 milliseconds. So it's fine. So here it's all instant. Just about. Except sometimes it eventually gets into this buggy state. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So maybe it has to do with I'm not clearing a buffer somewhere. So when I click update, eventually it runs out of something. Okay. Well, I'm not allocating any memory at all, so that is not a problem. There's been one player in my code base. There is some allocation happening in the third-party libraries behind the scenes, like in Flux and PhysX, but me personally, I'm not allocating any memory at all. Everything just allocated once in the beginning, and then since that, it's all easy. So when you call update, cleared out here, so that should be good. I mean, let's do this. I'm suspecting something with debug draw. Something, a little something with debug draw. Okay. So let's see. Let's say I'm doing here. How much we got right now? We got some 5K. Okay, okay. And then when we get into this weird state, we're at 7K, but still within limits. Well within limits. That might be my serious problem somewhere else then. A way more serious problem. And this is before the big boss change. Oh, okay. Restore. Good. My best guess was there's something going on with blocks. Might be locking somewhere too hard. Because NetMesh computation happens on the side threads. So there should be 2 threads going on out there. I might need to bring Tracy back to see what's going on. The Tracy profiler. But just as a first step, I just want to see what happens in the debugger quickly. Now, the first time there's almost no objects ready. Yeah. So that was a quick and easy one. Now it's going to be the real one. Let me see. What do we got on this one? We got some 5K triangles to process. Good. Got a copy for the IF. But got separate objects. They should have separate locks and everything. Wait, this is not blocking, right? Oh, it's blocking. Because it's waiting for previous one to finish. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. So he creates a thread. Good. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Here comes the other thread. Here comes the yeah, the thing about that, the coding languages, is that technically you'll have I mean, getting a Java job is easy in terms of numbers, but the payout and self-development for your skills will be far lower. On top of that, the requirements for Java are just much lower, so you'll be able to easily pick up. The thing about Java is that the language doesn't matter. What matters is the libraries that you use and that, like the whole template libraries that have, the whole library set they have. So it's not so much language knowledge. Where C++ is about the language because you're building most of the things from pretty low level. Java is just a bunch of Lego blocks. You're connecting Lego blocks. So it's not the same ballpark at all. But yeah. No, definitely don't. Like, I got my first C++ job straight out of college. I went working for Windows Server on the Microsoft. So no. Like companies like that don't particularly matter. Like my grades are actually bad. I barely had a B grade at the end of my college. And they took me anyway, primarily just because you need to show like what you've done and what your ability is, not so much what your degree is. Like degree name doesn't matter. If you can show like, hey, here's my GitHub or here's the giant C++ projects I got going on there, they'll just take you just for that. Because you have to keep in mind, like most people who apply to jobs, they've barely done anything aside from college. And they usually don't have any interest at all in programming outside of their like 9 to 5. So they usually come in pretty mediocre. So if you're spending your whole life programming, like every free hour, and you get to show like on GitHub or anywhere else, they're just gonna stand out like a monster. Especially nowadays, most people go into programming just to make money. But they're otherwise bored and they try to do anything outside of that as soon as possible. So in my case, I got to show Microsoft, I got to talk to Microsoft about my game project I was working with, which is C++. So I just talked about how the way I implemented it and so on. They could just see that I have a lot of experience building out large blocks of C++, and that was good enough for them for college hire. Because yeah, Java is easy to get, but you also be competing more with Java developers. On the other hand, you can just push a little harder to get your C++ up, and then you can get into more interesting and better off companies. Because writing code in Java doesn't take any skill, particular knowledge. It's kind of brain dead. Okay, so we'll get in here. Give me process thread call. Yes, excellent. Let's take a look at them. Thread stacks. That's audio stacks. Don't care about that. We're building here. This is the first one going out. Yes. Yeah, web dev is another easy one. If you're just worried about money, you just need to get something, sure. In my case, very beginning, I was like, hell, I'm not doing any web deving. I'm not doing any of that Java nonsense. So I was spending all my time in C++. So like when I was in college, I was working on a couple of different video games projects. I never really finished one. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the web dev doesn't take any knowledge at all. Let me see. New channel. There you go. Yeah, this was my college project. So this is C++ written in Ogre 3D game engine at the time. So just C++ and integrating. This may have been even PhysX back at the time. Maybe it was ODE. May have been like Open Dynamics Engine, like open source physics engines. And like Microsoft didn't even see this project. It's just something I could talk about. And just the fact that I worked with C++ at all is big enough to grab. Like web dev can be fine if you're into it, but if you're not, there's no reason to suffer. Especially the thing is, once you get a job in like a Java or web dev, it's going to be more difficult to switch out of that into C++. It's much easier to get into where you want to out of college, because then you'll get a pass as an incoming graduate. So they're not going to expect much from you in comparison. Versus once they see like, oh, you have worked for 5 years in web dev and now you want to do C++? No, that's going to be way harder. So you might as well aim for what you want right away. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad. Ooh, I think we have 2 threads going on. Wonderful. Oh yes, we got 1 thread call. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? I know it's somewhere. Oh, this one's still kicking off. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. It's not a static method now, it's a local method. I mean, it looks like it should be fine. Yeah, database and all that stuff. That's just what you do to be practical, make sure you get some kind of job. I hated that stuff pretty hard. I didn't want to touch it. So I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna dedicate all my effort and time and hours. Like, I actually gave up getting A's in college just to spend more hours every day working on my C++ games. So if you're finding web dev and whole databases stuff boring, I would push now for doing building yourself a path outside of that. Because actually, when I was doing internships and during college time, I did some job that had to involve to do database and all that. I couldn't even think about SQL stuff. Between just being boring and also, I just didn't want to do queries. It requires like a very different type of thinking compared to this. So hell no. But yeah, if you're looking for like a safe job that's not gonna pay a whole lot, but you'll get it, and sure, SQL will be fine. But if you're looking for a job you'll be happy with, then you have to really look at it and see if you actually enjoy SQL stuff. It can be fun, like you can do like support roles. Well, specifically, for example, a lot of game server tech sits on SQL. So in case you would be working on that, which would be fun. But I'm just not into databases. At some point, I did have integration for SQLite. It's like embedded database for your process. I used to use it for like a save file or something. Alright, so I want to know why it's taking this long to complete this stuff. Here's 1, 2. It took almost a second. But what the hell was it doing? And this one comes in like way front door later. Am I coming in with like really tiny values for something? Oh, I bet that's what it is. Oh, I must have deleted that secret hidden nav mesh. Which was, yeah, okay. Oh, well. Let's see, cell size. Let's see, is it going faster? Yep, now it's going much faster. Good. Oh, it didn't save. Okay. Looks like it was close enough to solving it. So now we have the bad boys and the small boys. Yeah, good. Now, I still want to be even faster though. Let's see, cell size 0.25. Let's try this. There you go. 0.02 millisecond. It's 20 milliseconds, alright. So that's good. This is a big boss. Oh, big boss can't even fit doing that. No, he's too big now. Need to make him smaller. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can he fit in here? Yeah. Good. Good. So that looks good. The only question is why he's getting stuck. He must be waiting. I think the boss just needs to wait before he can spawn. He needs to wait for that thing to be done. Yeah, let's do that. But this is a big progress. Big progress. And it's so wonderful. I have just no memory issues at all of any kind because I don't do allocations. Just about. Well, maybe doing a little bit of no mesh allocation. Maybe I don't remember. Okay, what I need to do is I want to spawn the robot. Yeah. Collect chunks that could spawn a robot. Yes. But I should only really spawn it when NavMesh is ready. So this guy doesn't know where. Because this is the issue, right? Come on. Yeah, because NavMesh, even though it's fast now, it still takes a number of frames to actually finish and compute. And meanwhile, it just misses out. So I might need... Let's do this. Here's NavMesh ready. Give it this type. Okay. Is processing. Okay. What else do I have? Finished. Probably should look for finished, right? Yeah, look for finished. Going into nighttime. Okay, now I have this. Now I can ask a question here. I mean, this reminds me, this one time when I wasn't working on a C++ job, I briefly entertained working on some temporary jobs. I remember interviewing some random database jobs, well, related to it. You're being asked about different concepts like ACID, whatever else it stands for. I don't remember now. It was not my thing. Hell no. And if Navmesh is not ready, we're in a loop. Let's iterate. Probably just bail, honestly. Just bail. Okay. So this should make all the robots wait to spawn until Navmesh update is good. Yeah. Still good place there. Son of a gun. Try it again. I'm the boss, right? And what is it? Is it finished? Processing false. Maybe it already says finished even though it's not. Finish is false. So it should give false. So just bailing out. Good. So now it thinks it's good. Alright, is it actually finished? Finished true. Alright, alright. Oh, I've hard-coded the radius of 5. Within radius. No, I might need to do more like this guy here. Jesus Christ. That should fix it. That should fix it. There you go. There you go. Big boy's back in action. And this time, he's not gonna clip into no walls. Let's do it, big boy. Rusty boy. There you go. You can do it. There's still separate bug about debug view, but whatever. Why are you stuck? He's chilling. Just chilling. Okay. Bring back polygons online. Poink, poink. Poink, poink. Oh, wow, I even had the wrong speeds for everything, huh? Huh. Agent. Why are they moving so slow? I'm highly suspicious. I guess they always move slowly, huh? Jimmy. This rate of fire is a bit high, huh? Jesus Christ. Why are they that slow, though? Let's go back. Take a look. Big agent, acceleration speed. How about now? No? Oh, do I know how to update it? Let me see. Crowd agent. Crowd agent. No, it does appear here. Okay, I need an observer of crowd agent. Yeah. This is good. Okay. Yep. Max speed is now 10 something. So it should be fine. Okay, Mr. Tutorial bot. Let's make him faster. Should make him 3 times fast. Oh my. It's really fast. Why did it just go up in its face? Boink, boink. I think I need to add friendly fire at least for bosses. At least for bosses. Also don't yet have line of sight for robots, but it'll be expensive to compute, so I have to be careful with that. Because if you have 100 of them on the screen, each one doing line of sight check, it could get nasty. It could get nasty. Man, this guy's still going. Really. Where is he going? Interesting. Man, even still he touches that thing. Jesus Christ. How big does it need to be? I guess I can make him slightly... Let's see. Oh, now I've cut off the path. He's just so big of his hands. So nice to have this performance running at full frame rate. Any issues? Are they moving at all? I don't see them move. Oh, they were stuck behind the stuff. Oh, wait a second. He needs to set his radius too to something big. I gave the boss pretty long range to fire, I think. Yeah, so I can shoot him pretty far away. Maybe I reduce it just a tad. Just a tad. way too harsh. It's pretty amazing. Like, oh no, so oh, it's out of range. Ooh, the animation jumps. I need to work on better systems. That is ugly. So it snaps when it goes from aiming to chasing. Let's see. Okay. So when it was aiming or attacking, right? Well, let's actually see that. Let's see, what state are you in? Let's see, currently chasing, good. Attacking, and when I get out of range, too late. It's chasing, attacking, back to chasing. Oh, what was that? Return. Oh, it says returning to guard. But then it's stuck not knowing where to go. Huh. Oh yeah. Speed 0, velocity 0s. Courage and target. Target is that. Oh, but I can't find the path because that now mesh is too big. Not sure actually. Oh, whatever. I can think about that later. First, save the current progress. I'm gonna call it a night and stream tomorrow morning instead. Take care, anyone who's still on here.